It was New Year's Eve, just minutes before midnight, when the front door burst open. My Uncle Victor Hale stepped inside, unannounced. No text, no warning, no visits in years. He looked impeccable. Navy suit, polished shoes, eyes sharp as ice. He scanned the room before locking eyes with me. "Noah," he said, calm but cutting. "How's that $2.5 million trust fund I set up for you 5 years ago?" The laughter vanished instantly. My fork froze midair. I blinked, confused. What trust fund? My mother, Evelyn, went pale, her hand trembling against the table. My father, Richard, stared down at his plate, silent as stone. Victor's voice grew harder. "Don't tell me you never gave it to him. That money was his future." No one spoke. The clock ticked, loud in the silence. My chest tightened. For years, I'd worked myself to exhaustion. 3 jobs, endless bills. While they hid this from me, when I looked at my parents again, they didn't look like the people who raised me. They looked like strangers keeping secrets. Victor's glare cut through the air. "He deserves to know the truth. You've kept him in the dark long enough. For 25 years, I believed I'd been born into a family scraping by. Every dollar I earned came from sweat and sleepless nights, morning shifts at a gas station, afternoon deliveries in a battered car, nights patching drywall in half-lit apartments just to pay rent. Mom, Evelyn, always said, 'Hard work builds character.' Her voice weary but warm. Dad, Richard, believed silence was strength. 'Just get through the week,' he'd say. I thought they were teaching me discipline. I didn't know they were hiding a truth that could rewrite my life. That night, our celebration was small. Paper hats, off-brand champagne, forced smiles. I raised my soda and said, 'Here's to a better year.' I didn't know my entire world was about to collapse. When Victor appeared, the air itself froze. He wasn't there to celebrate. He came with a purpose. "So, Noah," he repeated, "how's that trust fund treating you?" The words made no sense until I saw my parents' faces. My heart thudded. What trust fund? Still nothing. Victor's anger rose. 5 years ago, I created a $2.5 million trust in your name, your inheritance from Adrian. It was meant to give you a future, and they took that from you. My stomach dropped. I turned to my parents, voice shaking. "Is this true?" "You knew," my mother whispered. "Please, Noah." My father kept silent, his jaw locked. "Answer me," I shouted, slamming my hand against the table. The sound shattered the quiet. Richard finally looked up. "This isn't your concern, Victor." Victor's eyes flashed. "Not my concern? You stole from him, from my brother's son." The world tilted. I stared at him. "Your brother's son? What are you talking about?" Evelyn's tears fell fast. "Noah, your real father was Adrian Hale, Victor's brother. He was my first love. He died before you could remember him. After his death, Richard took us in and promised to raise you as his own." My throat went dry. "So, Richard isn't my father." She nodded, shaking. Victor stepped closer, voice low. "Adrian adored you. Before his accident, he set up that trust fund to protect your future. I honored his wishes, but they buried the truth." I turned to Richard, my anger finally breaking through. "Why? Why lie to me? Why steal from me?" He shot back. "I raised you. I gave you a home. You owe me that." "Oh, you," I said, trembling. "You let me starve for years while you hid my inheritance." Evelyn sobbed. "We thought it was best. Money changes people. We wanted you to learn strength first." "Strength?" I said bitterly. "You taught me pain, not strength. You let me drown while pretending it was for my own good." The truth filled the room like smoke. Thick, suffocating, undeniable. My life, every memory, every struggle, built on lies. Finally, I took a deep breath. "You don't get to decide what I know anymore. I'll find out who Adrian really was, and I'll honor him myself." Victor's voice softened. "That's the man your father wanted you to become." Outside, fireworks exploded across the night sky, brilliant, fleeting, gone. But I felt no joy, only the sting of truth burning in my chest. I stood in the cold, watching the lights fade, and thought of Adrian, the man I never met but who believed in me enough to secure my future. That night, I realized something. It wasn't the money that mattered. It was the truth. My family was broken, but for the first time I felt free. No more lies, no more silence. The truth had cost me everything, but it gave me something greater, myself. So if you're listening to this, remember, love built on lies isn't love at all. The truth may hurt, but lies destroy. Be honest even when it's hard, because one way or another, the truth always finds its way out. And if my story hit you somewhere deep, do one thing for me. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and tell me what you would have done in my place. I read every comment. For more stories about truth, family, and redemption, subscribe and stay, because this isn't the end. It's just the beginning.